Howdy, 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 everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Live. Yes, and if you can see this, I do have gas. Guitar players know what that is. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, mess around with the looper a little bit. Yeah, what I did is I went ahead and looped the chords for Purple Rain. That's what I did, just messing with it. Having a little fun, man, with the looper. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Check the chat real quick. Paul Glover, Big Dan, Sinner. I don't know if I'm missing anybody else. Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. This isn't going to be real long. I didn't realize it was this late, man. I sit there and been practicing messing with this looper. And I had my phone off so I could power it up. It charges quicker when your phone's off, you know. And sit there and cut it on, and it's like, it's 2 o'clock. I was like, 2 o'clock? So anyway, I got a lot of cables and stuff here on the floor. Charlie S., how are you, sir? Man, it's a mess here to get what I want going here as far as effects. I'll go over it real quick with you. Uh, Coming out of the guitar, I'm going into my Dan Electro overdrive and then the EP booster, right? And that's going into the Digicheck RP1000. Behind the RP1000, it's kind of like I made like a homemade effects loop, kind of, sort of. So behind that, I got the Dispatch Master. That's a delay reverb pedal, and then the looper, and then it's going back into the recorder. You see what I'm saying? It's good to keep that stuff separated, because if you put that stuff in front, it's going to sound really bad. So here we are. I cut the Dispatch Master off, right? That's it. Pretty cut and dry. Now let's cut it on. So there you go. I love that pedal, that Dispatch Master. You can really get some beautiful tones with that, with a lush kind of reverb and delay. So that's what I did. I went ahead and did the chords with the, thank you, Big Dan. I went ahead and did the chords for Purple Rain, which is, I'm not playing it exactly like Prince did. He played it in like some F, key of F. It's real odd the way he did it. I just went down half a step, and it's easier. You know, you can do like an A, and then you, well, the way I do it is I do it like this, and then I hold this F note on the top, second string on the low E, second fret, low E. You see what I mean? So you start with this A, and then you hit that root of that F, and you go to an E, then a D, then again. That's the way I've always done it. So here's the loop. I'll start it. See what I'm talking about. This is what's fun about a loop pedal. So there you go. And so you get that. I went ahead and got the chords down. Went ahead and got, there's a bass effect on here. I put some bass with it. And then you just have fun with it, you know. There you go. You know what, man? I didn't even think about it. I'm ashamed, really. I believe yesterday was Jimi Hendrix's birthday, man. The birthday, it's weird when you say Jimi Hendrix is the birthday of Jimi Hendrix yesterday. If he were to continue living, I believe he was going to be 75 as of yesterday, man. So Happy belated birthday, Mr. Hendrix. I got that big poster right here and a big old beach towel on my door of Hendrix. And always been a huge Hendrix fan, man. And it's a shame he's not with us anymore. He really put out some powerful statements for the short time he was here as far as his musical career. And I've always been a huge fan of his, you know. Can't play like him. There's only one Jimi Hendrix, you know. There's a lot of people that can play like him, that can emulate him, and I've just never been able to really do that. I'm just a big, huge fan of his music. And, of course, I'm playing the Hendrix Fender Strat today, and I talked to my son, was it earlier this week or last week? No, toward the end of last week. And he has ordered the new Monterey Strat Fender Jimi Hendrix. I guess that's like an artist series, I guess you could say. So he's got the Monterey Strat coming anytime, so he's really excited about that. And I'm really happy for him. That's the first time he's really ordered a guitar through AMS. You know what I mean? And I think he did the payments for a year, I think, you know, which that's what I've always had to do too. And a little birdie told me about an hour and a half ago that my Christmas present is on the way. So I'm jacked about that, real psyched up about that. So it'll probably be here tomorrow, you know, I'm guessing, you know, or 2-day shipping, I'm thinking. Yeah, so it should be here tomorrow, I believe. So I'm looking forward to that, and I know what it is. So I'm not going to say nothing on here. I'm just going to, you know, if nobody doesn't know, you'll just have to tune in, you know, in the next couple of days. If I'm allowed to, go ahead and have it now. I hope I can. I hope I can. So I can have some fun with it. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Really cool, man. And wow, I'm stoked about it, man. So stay tuned for that. I guess it's going to be an early Christmas present, because I can't see letting that thing sit in the box until Christmas. That's torture. You know what I'm saying? That's just, man, that's wrong. So looking forward to that. And yeah, speaking of Christmas, man, holidays, let me tell you something. I went, you know, I'm going to Savannah now, right? So last night was fine going down there, you know, no problem. 4 hours, boom, you're there. But the night before that, oh man, I'm telling you, people leaving, you know, for Thanksgiving and stuff, it took me 5.5 hours to get to Savannah, just to get there. So it took an extra hour and a half, right? Coming back was nothing, you know. So all that's gone for now until Christmas gets here, and then of course New Year. So yeah. Oh man, God Almighty. So what can you do, man? I love that pedal. Dispatch Master. How much was that pedal? I want to say that pedal was close to $200. I believe. Mr. Bishop, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining. I don't know why my nose wants to run every time I get on here. Getting that fuzz, isn't it? Golly, I'm using a Jimi Hendrix patch on the Digitech RP1000, so that's why it's got that fuzz to it, you know. It's a pretty good tone for a Hendrix, I think, you know, wow. Very cool, man. Cool tone. I enjoy it. Oh, yeah. And I looked on Amazon. What was that? Yesterday? Day before yesterday? Got a new Snark. It should be here today. I got a red one. They had a special. It was like $12, I think. Was it 12? I think it was $12. And I got my little adapters that I needed. I got them right here. I'll show you. These little adapters I told you all about. I'll see if it'll come up on camera. See what I'm talking about? And it turns like a headphone jack into a guitar cable plug. And I got a 3-pack. It was I actually just needed one, but they had it in a 3-pack on Amazon, and I think it was like $6. And I didn't know, I might have said this already. I apologize if I have, but there's a Amazon warehouse like an hour from here. And hell, I forgot all about that. They just opened that up. Was it earlier this year? So when we order something from Amazon, it gets here like within a day. It's here quick. Thank you for those thumbs ups. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, so I ordered a red snark, and it should be here today. I got an email saying, shipping confirmation has been delivered to Joe Wentz in South Carolina. I was like, damn, that was quick. Big Dan says he needs a snark. Yeah, man. I got mine off Amazon, like I said, and I mean that to me that'd be your best bet. The black ones go for they go on Amazon. They roughly go for like I think $9, between $9 and $10. You can't beat that. You can't beat that at all. I love mine. I just wanted a red one. Because I favor red. As you can tell right there. I'm not going to the microcube, but see now that I got those extra adapters. See, I was having troubles. I was wanting to go through my microcube and go through the Go mixer, and then out of that into the phone, and I needed an extra adapter. I was like, man, I need to. There wasn't no Radio Shack around here or nothing. So I thought about it. I said, man, Amazon. There you go. Is that Brent? What's up, Brentsy? Why are we getting some? Short there. Okay, I don't know what was going on with that. Hey, Brent, thank you, man, for hopping on. Appreciate that. Yes, but Big Dan, if you check Amazon, that'd be your best bet. Brent says, what's going on? What's going on? Not much, man. Not much, Mr. Brent. Just hanging out for a few minutes before I get out of here and head off to work. Excuse me. Thank you for that thumbs up. Thank you so much. When this video is up, done, finito, and then it processes, there's another video that I'm going to release that it's a collaboration video that, hey, Mr. Collins, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining, man. It's a collaboration video I did with my friend Jason. He lives in Florida. If y'all watch this channel pretty regularly, or should I say on a regular basis, you might have seen these videos before. It's my buddy Jason, who's in was he in St. Cloud, Florida, I believe, and he has a storage unit where I think he's in the process. He's getting ready to move or something like that, and he's got some stuff in a storage unit, but he's got his drum set in there. Excuse me. And we've done a few songs together where he sent me a drum track, him playing drums and stuff. I'll take it and rip the audio from that video, put it on my recorder, and play along with his drum track, try to build a song, right? The same thing that I've always done with Jim Guidry. Same scenario. So he just sent me one out of the blue. I didn't know he was sending me anything. It was over the weekend, and he sent me that. I was like, wow. So we did a song, and it turned out really cool. I thought it turned out really great. That's the cool thing about technology. You can collaborate with another musician if you have the proper tools, which I don't have a lot, but I have just barely enough to make it work where it's on a decent level. It's not like some high technical production, but it gets the job done, right? So I did that yesterday. That's why y'all didn't really hear from me yesterday. I was busy working on that song, coming up with some chords and arrangements and, the whole 9 yards, man. And that takes time, to do that. Sometimes you can get it pretty good. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes nothing happens at all. And yesterday was a good day. Things came together at a pretty reasonable rate of time. so I did that, put that stuff together, got it edited, pardon me, with the picture-in-picture thing, and had it all ready, and but I couldn't put it on YouTube because I had to leave. I had to go to work, I was like, matter of fact, I was 30 minutes late leaving the house. I was like, man, I got to go, man. I got to get out of here, so that will be coming after this video is done, and if y'all get a chance, please check it out. Really, please check that out. I would hope that you would enjoy it. It took a lot of work to get that together. Not tooting my own horn, but I think some people just are, people might not realize what kind of time goes into that to make it work, because like I said, I wish there was a way I could do a virtual jam with friends on here, and excuse me, I can't figure out a way to do that. And we've talked about that before. There's a lot of variables involved with that, maybe internet speeds, this and that, latency. So as of right now, this is the best way that I can jam with somebody. They send me a video of them playing. And I think what he's doing is, what he told me, he has a smartphone propped up behind him, right? And he's got a microphone that he bought from Guitar Center that you can plug into your headphone jack. Smartphone in it. Really, for what it is, it does a fantastic live recording. I was like, huh? I was like, man, that's wild. And I have to ask him what kind of microphone that is. I tried looking it up last night, but I don't know the name of it. I've seen a picture of it. He's shown me a picture of it. I just need to know the exact name of it. It looks like the way the microphone looks, it looks like an old-timey microphone, like something that Elvis would use back in like 56, 57. You know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know? I think maybe, I'm not sure, but I think on the Sun's record label, or maybe a couple of those logos, that has that microphone in the middle of their logo, I think. Not 100% sure, but anyway, it looks like that, but it's, it's small. And there's a fella at work. He works in the guard shack. He's a drummer. He's a good kid. He's probably 20, 25, 24. He's a good kid. And he's wanting to do some jamming like this. Like what I'm talking about. And I said, well, there's two things you need. You need that microphone that plugs into your phone, and you need an app called WhatsApp. So I explained all that to him last night. So he got on WhatsApp, and I said, look, when you make a video, whether you're sitting there playing guitar, whatever you're doing, and you're shooting a video on your phone, and you get the video done, don't send that through Facebook or nothing. You send it to me through WhatsApp, and that way it doesn't degrade the quality, number one, and it doesn't degrade the audio. The audio stays the same. If you send it through anything else, it degrades it, it makes it horrible. So I'm trying to get him on track with that, Michael Bishop, he started learning the song Maybe I'm Amazed by Wings. Yeah, that's a beautiful song, man. Beautiful song. I covered that for a friend. If you saw on this channel a while back, he lost his wife. She had cancer. And he's a good friend of ours. Actually, he's someone my wife grew up with in her neighborhood when she was growing up. She's, how you have the neighborhood kids that all through life, and they're like your brothers or sisters, And I didn't know what to do. I mean, I felt so bad, I was like, man, what, we donated some money and to help him and his, because they had a little girl. I think she's 12 now, and it was like, I mean, he's like, he's not old. That's not the, but he's kind of, it was like a unexpected, when his wife turned up pregnant, it's like, kind of like that. But he loves that little girl to death, man. And he's always taking her to cheerleading competitions and stuff. And then, some things happened. And so I was like, man, what can I do, to show my support? And so I asked my wife, I said, do you think he would mind if I did a song and dedicate it to him and his wife? I mean, I don't, and she said, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. And so I sent him a message, and he said he would be honored. So, and that was the song he picked, Maybe I'm Amazed. So I did that on here, and it was nice to be able to do that. It wasn't much, but it was a way. That's my way of, sending out some support or something to somebody. Music is a strong thing, man. So yeah, he was touched by it. I was thankful, really. I was like, wow, man, I'm glad, you know, maybe it helped in some small way. I don't know, but I hope it did. But yeah, that is a beautiful song. Maybe I'm amazed, but I love that song. It's really, I had to look it up, because there's a lot of chord changes in it, a lot of chord changes. Hey, Mr. Anderson, how are you, sir? Center O says music is powerful in many ways. Yes, it is, man. Absolutely. Yeah, it is. But yes, that is a beautiful song. If you I went on was it Guitar Lessons 365 with Carl Brown? I went on his page, his channel on YouTube, and I watched the chords. He showed, and of course I can't remember it now, but man, I was like, dang, it took me a little bit to get used to the chord changes, because I think because the original song is done on a piano, right? So he broke it down in the chords so you could do it. Uh, but it was fun, man. It was fun to do. And did y'all remember? I can't remember what strings I put on. I know I did it on here. Excuse me a minute. I did on my Sterling Music Man, which is sitting right here in this gig bag. I put new strings on it. Maybe that was, what was that, like a month ago or something? I have to go back on this channel and look. And I can't remember what strings I put on it. But I was playing that guitar day before yesterday. And actually, I was working on that wasn't day before yesterday. My God, it was yesterday. I was working on that new song that I'm getting ready to premiere on this channel when this video live feed is up. It's called "Until We Meet Again," is the name of the song. I was playing my Sterling, the red one, right in the middle of, and all of a sudden the E string goes ping. It just broke right in half, and when it snapped, it was like it snapped and then came back and just lashed me across the hand like. And I was like, damn, I ain't never had it, stung like hell. I was like, man, I ain't really had that happen in forever. And I was like, wait a minute. What strings did I put on here? I said, because these strings, they shouldn't be breaking anything. But then again, I played that guitar a lot in that time span. I played it almost every time. So I'd like to put some new strings on that one, I guess this weekend. And get it fixed up. I just got to go back on the channel and look, see what, because I know it wasn't the NYXLs. I put those on the PV Wolfgang special. I put them on that. So it must have been, it's either going to be the Adarios or the EVH. It's going to be, and I want to say it's the EVH is what I had on there, but it's all right, man. I played it a whole lot. So that's normal. It's not like it just broke right after I put them on. Jim Gidry, how are you, sir? Hope you're doing well, man. Haven't talked to Jimbo in a while, a couple of days. Bruce says, I think it was the EVH strings. I think you are correct, sir. I think it's what it was. And like I said, I'm not complaining. It was just surprising that happened. I was like, wait a minute. I was right in the middle of trying to record and I was like, oh God. That's always been my biggest fear, I think, for anybody. You don't want something to break while you're doing something live. Center says, I better call Edward. Yeah. Mr. Bozique, yes, sir, it is. It's the Hendrix Strat. Yes, sir, that is correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is what it is, my friend. What was I saying? Yeah, so I think it was the EVH string. So that's all right, man. We'll get them changed this weekend. What was that, Brent? I think he set aside a day for a guitar string change day, I think. And he said he had like, I don't know if Brent's still here. I think he said like 27, 28 guitars. Did he change the strings on? I was like, I knew that took all day. Man, thank you, Mr. Bozick. Appreciate it, man. Thanks. Yeah, thank you very much. 27, Brent says 27. Wow. My gosh, man. Holy smokes. Man. Oh, golly. Can you imagine Brent going to the guitar shop? Mr. Brent, what can I do for you? Yeah, I need 27 packs of strings, please. They loving him, boy. Oh, Lord. Yes, sir, that'll be $159.95. Please come right here to this counter. I'm just kidding, Brent. Oh my goodness. Mr. Bozick said he'd rather sell some than put that many string on. No, I mean, for me, it doesn't. It's for me, I do it different. I mean, everybody has their own way, and I'm not saying nothing. I'm not making fun of anything. Everybody's got their own way of doing their strings and whatever. I mean, it's cool, man. The way I do it, maybe this is bad. I don't know. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. I don't know, but it's like when a string breaks, that's when I'll change it. You know what I mean? That's just how I do it. Whenever one breaks, I'm like, well, okay, I need to, and I always change the whole set. I don't just change the one. Always change the whole set. Always, you know. Big Dan, he said he's nervous doing one set. He couldn't imagine doing 27. It's not, once you understand how to change strings, it's nothing to it, man. The only thing you have to be careful is when you get up here and you start dealing with the thin strings, you have to be careful because you'll poke yourself in the fingertip or even underneath your nail, and man, that hurts. It's like a needle. You know, you have to be careful. People that has changed strings a lot on guitars know what I'm talking about. You know, it's just one of those things. You have to be careful. You can poke yourself. It's like, ow. You know, it's like, dang it, man. And then when you cut the excess off, now some people are different. Some people put new strings on, wrap them up, and they get all this, you know, excess. I can't stand that myself. I got to clean it up. I can't stand all that. You know, I'm like, man, come on now. But when you cut that stuff off and it falls in the floor, pay attention, because the real thin strings, you'll miss it and you won't see them there. And then if you come walking across the carpet one night or something, wherever your little work area is, you know, where you play guitar or whatever, and that thing will stick you in the foot. That's happened too. Oh, Bozique. Yeah. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Thank you. Yeah, when the strings get black and dingy, and yeah, I had a buddy of mine, and I think that comes a lot from sweating. If your hands sweat a lot, that'll turn your strings. You know, everybody's different. Again, you know, everybody's different. I had a buddy of mine that God, this is when we were teenagers, man. But that was back in his day when he was drinking a lot. You know, he was drinking Budweiser's like this, going out of style. I mean, when he get off work, you know, I mean, I was like, dang, man. But he would sweat a lot, you know, I guess from drinking all that beer and stuff. And his strings would literally look like they were rusted, you know, not up here, but like from here down, they looked like they were all of them. And I was like, dang, didn't you just put them strings on like 2 weeks ago? He's like, yeah. And it got to where he couldn't afford to get strings when he needed them because, you know, he had a little baby and, you know, he was barely getting by. So what he did is I never knew this, but it was something I saw him do. He took steel wool and cleaned the strings like that, and they looked brand new. It had that real high-pitched squeal when he cleaned it. I was like, ugh, you know, if you can get past that. But that's what he would do, and he would clean them, and it looked brand new. I was like, dang, man. But I remember that's the one memory I have of seeing real dirty, dingy strings because his hands would perspire a lot, you know. Luckily, I have seen that on an acoustic because I don't change acoustic strings hardly, maybe maybe once a year or something. I don't play acoustic that much. So when I do play it, you know, put them up, they get dull. And you can really tell on the acoustic because the tone is just, it's really dull on an acoustic. And you put brand new acoustic strings on, oh man, it's like, wow, you know. Like a brand new guitar, you know. Yes, Mr. As Anderson, he has been stuck by strings when he changed them. Oh yeah, man, we all have. Yeah, it's a nature of the beast, I guess. You know, if you pay extra close attention, which even I still try to do that. Sometimes it'll still get you when you least expect it. You know, so I just use some little wire cutters and some needle nose pliers and get them out of the tuners here. Hopefully, so I don't have to get my fingertips in there and do something. You know. So, yeah, I remember the first time I went to try to change a string, change strings. I didn't know what I was doing. I put them through here, just wrapping them all crazy ways, and you know, I didn't know. I was just a kid, you know, turning the keys one way, turning one another, and this and that. Everything was all out of whack. Go to the guitar shop, and the guy looked at it, he said, "What the hell is going on here?" I said, I had to put some strings on, you know. Oh, that's what you tried to do? So, you know, things are a lot easier nowadays thanks to YouTube and the internet and all that. You can just look that up and, you know, figure out exactly what you need to do, right? Man. Oh, well, a lot of that stuff I tried to learn on my own, and that doesn't help either. Got something going on. Got a cable getting a short in here. Yep. Let's see here. I knew something was happening as I could tell it was cutting out. Let's try another cable. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's working or not. I don't know if that's the right thing. Cable. I don't know. It might have been, might not have been. Who knows? But so anyway, yeah, thanks to the internet, you can sit there and learn all that cool stuff. Changing strings, doing whatever. Lessons, everything. And maybe I need to look up one where I can find a bad cable. It's somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around. I know it's not my jack, right? Who knows, man? You definitely don't want that happening when you're on stage, do you? Good Lord Almighty. Woo! All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I got to get ready to split, man, because I'm not going to be late leaving the day. So be sure to come back after this is processed. Check out the new video coming up. Until we meet again, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for the thumbs ups. I appreciate it very much. Y'all have a great day. Until then, we'll see you. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Bye-bye.